Hey everybody, it is Matt here, posting a vlog, vlog, whatever the heck. I thought I'd just post about basically the goings on recently in my life and my attitude towards it, essentially. So, I look at my life right now, and there are three things that are most important to me. And that is career, love, and faith, or spirituality. And career, of course, is pursuing my goal of getting into a field that I really am passionate about, and that is neuroscience. And I'm going to school for that. Spirituality, of course, I'm questioning and praying and going to church. I mean, I just got done praying right now. I was asking God to give me some direction. And when it came to my struggles with whether there is a God, whether someone's listening or not, I remembered my mom's words when I talked to her recently, and she said that God cannot reveal himself or show signs that he exists, because his ultimate goal is to but his desire is to have his people that he has created love him through faith and faith alone. And if he shows himself, then there is no such thing as faith anymore, because our senses perceive God, so it cannot be loved through faith. And that got me thinking, and that made sense to me. And so in the spiritual realm, I've been kind of drifting back towards Christianity, almost based on that premise, because I feel that there's got to be something more than this. And finally, like I mentioned before, there's love. And I mean love between family members, love between, a friend, and especially love that I'm pursuing between man and woman. And to that end, I've been going on various dates here and there, mostly meeting women off of the internet, like Match.com and stuff like that. And it's been interesting. I've been doing that forever, I mean, online dating is what I do. It's just easy. It's easier. I just have never mastered the art of walking up to a stranger and initiating conversation and asking their number and all that stuff. It's just, for me, that's just a barrier I have not broken yet, in terms of interpersonal relationships. So I meet girls off of the internet, meet them in person. And today, for example, I went on a date with a girl that she said, hey, mind, I was like, we were going to go out and just have some food or whatever, but, she said she already ate, and I said, let's go to the Citadel Mall, let's go to the mall, and, you guys can have some coffee and I can get some food. And because apparently, she said, well, hey, there's a friend of mine that apparently, she's a good friend of mine, and she apparently is matched up with you on chemistry.com or whatever, And so these two women I went out with to the mall, and I got there and I was all lost and everything, and I started talking, I saw them, I was like, hey, what's up? and they had their coffees and stuff, and I went to go get my food, and came back, and we chatted a little bit, just talking about our jobs, talking about life, cracking a few jokes here and there, just for about 5 minutes. Okay, both girls were, pretty charming. Michelle, the girl that I had met off initially from Match.com, she was what I thought she was. She was a little more extroverted than I thought she was, and she was a little more attractive than I thought she was. I mean, physically attractive. And she seemed kind of, how do you say it, detached. So, I mean, she didn't really seem interested in me. She just was just like in a busy state, just like, she just got back from a trip. I don't know. She was just kind of distracted constantly. The other girl, she was like really attentive towards me. And she was also very pretty. She had really beautiful eyes. Of course, attraction is a factor when it comes to finding relationships. And my goal is to find something not just about sex, not just about, a fling or just having a girlfriend or whatever the heck. I want something long term. I want to find love, and in love, marriage, and in marriage, children, and beyond that. And I could tell that Michelle wasn't ready for that. She's about 22, 21. She's kind of younger than me. The other girl was 29. And that girl seemed pretty nice. I mean, like I said, she was very attentive to me, and she was interested in me, and she was always smiling at me. And I mean, she seemed like she was interested, and I saw a lot more kindness in her eyes. Anyways, long story short, 5 minutes we talked. She got a presumed phone call from her mother. So Michelle stepped away, talked with her mother apparently, and that phone call was that her mom was like drunk or something and needed to be picked up and has issues and they needed to go. Okay. And I was thinking to myself, what? There's probably a good chance that was set up, I see that kind of stuff, on TV all the time, where you have a just in case, call situation, I don't know if that happens in real life that much, but I was like, that's kind of sketchy, So you bring a friend to meet me. I was already kind of unsure about that. I've had bad experiences with the friends of the dates that I go out with being rather anxiety-provoking. This one was not, however, and I would have stayed there as long as they wanted to stay there. So I took that chance, but they left, and I was like thinking to myself, I bet that call was staged. I bet she was just like, saying, okay, I bet she had a conversation, was like, well, if it doesn't work out and I don't like him, then I'll act like I can get a phone call and it's an emergency and I gotta go. And I don't know if that's true or not, but after the end of the date, I was just like, I was just eating the rest of my meal alone. I was thinking to myself, what if it is? I mean, it doesn't really bother me on the logical end. I mean, it makes sense you're trying to spare my feelings by not telling me, I'm not right for you. A lot of people don't have the courage to say that kind of thing, but at the same time, I'm like asking myself, what was wrong with me? What did I do wrong? And my philosophy is when dating is be yourself from the start. From the very start, be yourself 100%. Don't try to impress them. Don't try to make them, don't try to charm them or anything like that. Just be yourself, because if they fall in love with you, you'll be falling in love with someone that they know. But it was like, I guess it was never to be. I don't know, I texted her back and I asked what was the name of that friend of hers, and she she gave me the name of her, and I don't have any other contact info. I'm also dating another girl named Alyssa, and she seems really nice, and she's very in tune with like spirituality. She's very very keen towards that. Though she's a bit tomboyish, how you say it. I guess it kind of works out because I'm like a tom girl in a way, because I was raised with sisters and a mother and no brothers. My father was always gone, they divorced early. So it was like, pretty much I attributed a lot of my feminine qualities, like just feeling a lot more, and I guess a little more emotional than most guys, but though I still have the same guy type things, play video games, play sports, etc., etc. But anyways, yeah, I wonder, it left me at the end of this whole thing, and I'm like, this week of work in the past was terrible. Every day at work, I just don't get enough sleep the night before work, because I have to wake up at like 5:15 in the morning. And when I don't get enough sleep, every single time, at work it's usually okay. I can deal with it. I come home, I'm exhausted, and it's like the rest of the day is ruined. It's absolutely ruined, and I fall into the state of total depression, guaranteed, 100% every single time it happens like that. And I attribute it to the fact that I didn't get enough sleep. Studies have proven, hey, if you don't get enough sleep, you're more, your focus is lessened, you're more sensitive to a lot of things, and easily become disturbed or depressed or stuff like that. Anyways, so it let me feeling down, I guess I'm just posting this. I was thinking to myself, why am I making this video? I opened up, when I was praying just now, I always open up the Bible after I pray, and I ask God to talk to me through His Word. And I found the one that I randomly opened it up to was Proverbs. And it was like, I forgot what one it was, but it was something about like a story of a hunter that has issues, and he's alone in these issues, and the wise man will instead open up to others so they're not alone. I don't know what exact phrasing was, but it was essentially that. And I was like, yeah, maybe I should make a video, open up to some people about the current goings on in my life and how I feel about it. And to be honest, it's like I really have been questioning the worthwhileness of life. Like, what is this all for, it feels like life is just an endless, well, it does have an end, but a continuing stream of hardships and difficulties and struggles and pain and suffering. And it's like, why go through all this if the end result's going to be death? Even if I succeed in career and love, spirituality, what is there after I die? It's like, it's just worth through all these means, and then boom, you're dead, and that's it. I'm just one in 6 billion people in this world, and why does it matter that I live? And sometimes I find myself thinking about suicide. And of course I don't take it seriously because of the fact that I could never hurt my family members, especially. I can never hurt them in that way by taking my own life. There's people that care about me and that would be hurt by my doing myself in. And I would never resort to that. I just wouldn't, because of that. And to me, it's all or nothing in life. It's all or nothing. maybe it's a bad way of thinking, but it's all or nothing. It's either I strive for these things, these three things, to achieve the utmost fulfillment in each of them, or I fall by the wayside and allow depression and sorrow to overcome me. And that second option, allow it to overcome me, you might as well kill yourself. That's the end of your life right there. Once you give in, once you give up, that's the end of your life. So you might as well commit suicide. So I'm like, I can't do that, so I've got to keep fighting. I've got to keep striving. I've just got to never give up. Keep on fighting. And right now, I guess I'm just looking for inspiration. I'm looking for hope. I'm looking for hope that there's happiness in the future. And the thing is, I don't feel happy ever. I don't really always feel sad. I don't always feel depressed, but I never feel happy. There's always unhappiness. I've forgotten, if I ever felt it, what happiness was. Is it pleasure? I don't know. It comes and goes. Pleasure does. Is it through meditation? It comes and goes too. Everything comes and goes. Pleasure and pain, but they both come and go. It's just a cycle. Anyways, it kind of let me feeling down. I'm looking at the schedule ahead, and there's going to be a lot more challenges ahead. In the career section, taking full-time classes, going to start getting into the biology, math type stuff, and looking forward to it on one end, but on the other end, I'm like, well, how am I going to handle this? I have no money. I'm poor. I'm broke as a joke. Okay, no money. I don't know how I'm even going to get past, my bachelor's degree. Past my bachelor's degree, I don't know how I'm going to pay for postgraduate school, let alone getting through bachelor's degree. I know I can do it. So far, I've done really good in classes. But it's like, dang, dude, it's like, it looks so difficult ahead, and the whole relationship, love thing, it just looks like it's just more of the same. I was like, every time I move or do something, I'm like, this time, when I date, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to find someone that's right for me. It doesn't happen. It's the same old thing. You get women that like you, but you don't like them. Opposites. They like you, you don't like them. You like them, they don't like you. All that type of stuff. It's like, or you end up as friends, and big whoop, it's like love. I don't know. I'm just rambling. Just want to get stuff off my chest. Like I said, I'm just posting this because I felt like I need to get stuff out there, and I think this is the place to go. And I wouldn't be concerned about my talk about suicide. For those that are concerned, it's more of a philosophical type of thinking, questioning the meaning of life, and if there is no meaning, then you should not live. And it's just a philosophy more than more than anything else. And I don't know, I might be like falling back into depression, because I've been noticing that pretty much every day for the past couple of weeks. It's just been constantly down, sometimes in the medium, but mostly down about everything. And I'm wondering if God is doing this for a reason, maybe to humble me or something like that. As if you've seen in my last video, maybe I wasn't as humble as I could have been. My type of analytical thinking when it comes to religious matters is not really condoning to faith. Faith cannot be scientifically analyzed. because there's no proof in faith. Just trying to find meaning here in this crazy world, and that's about it. This next week, just working 3 shifts a week, still doing my classes, English and history. They'll be done by January. Then I'm off to the actual in-person classes. Doing this stupid TSA process, TSA at the airport process, still trying to get that job, but until then I'm still working at the security job, which is mind-numbingly boring. You try sitting in or standing in one place, for about 8 or 9 hours a day. It absolutely drives you crazy after a while. I bring reading material, but sometimes it's just not enough. But it's a job, and it pays freaking bills that just start hounding away at me. Everybody wants my damn money. Everybody wants my money. Nobody wants to give me money. Nobody wants to take my money. That's the way it is for everybody. I'm sure you can relate. Anyways, yeah, I covered a lot of topics here. I just want to get everything off my chest, and I'm gonna start doing the rest of my to-dos here. What do we got here? Post YouTube video done. Though I did want to post like a tag response, financial vlog, race with a cure, vacation garden. That was, whatever. My roommate's got my computer that has that, so I can't really do it. And I got a response to some more personal, sign up for spring classes, fix audio issues for surround sound on computer, and email my boss about availability, post English and history discussions, an English paper about some response. That's my to-dos for the rest of the day, and it's 7:30, so I better get busy. Wow, it's going to be a long video. Are you still watching? If you are like my hero. Anyways, that's it. Comments are greatly appreciated. I don't care about ratings. I don't care about subscriptions. I don't care about favoriting. None of that stuff. I just want comments. I just want to talk with you people. That's what YouTube's all about. Feedback. So, I think that's about it. Hope everyone's well. Please keep in touch.